for me to be pinned as like the gay rapper or the rapper that could rap or all that, I think I kind of maneuver just by being myself. At the end of the day, I feel like I am talented in what I do, and I feel like I do put a lot of work into my live shows and my music. So that's fine, but I'm also a person. You know, I could have that label, but I also just do me and just live my life. Like, there's a lot of openly gay artists, you know, who I think are talented and, you know, I have a lot of respect for. There's a lot that I don't. I'm just happy to be like a person of color who is gay, who's a male, who's been traveling for 5 years, you know, internationally, you know, selling my art, you know? I feel like to be gay is kind of like, depending on where you are, it's like, okay. But I feel like being black in a lot of places in Europe is kind of consumed differently than it is in the States. It depends on where you are. Like, at the after party of the show, like I was hearing so many like people joking about like, you know, just like black jokes, because there's not like a lot of black people in Slovenia. And like me having to deal with that, because it's like based on their humor, it's like, this is okay. And I'm like, this really isn't okay. You know, I'm not gonna be like a race warrior being like, how you guys live is wrong. You know, I don't wanna make someone that's homophobic have to automatically like gay people. It's like, as long as you respect me and respect my body, that's fine. That to me shows how impactful black art and black culture is. Because for me, if there was no Asian people like in Brooklyn, there would be no Asian joke, because who is the joke for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it about? When I started making music, I was like 19, 20. So, and I didn't think that my career would be as an established musician. So I wasn't playing by any rules. So I was talking about blowjobs. It was like a lot of like stupid shit in the music because it was whatever. And the older I got, when it became a career, I kind of was taking a step back and trying to figure out my medium and how I could be, you know, respected and still keep that campy vibe, but still also be gay and also be black and also be fat. Like it was a lot to think about, but I just realized I just had to be myself. And I realized me being myself as like a 26-year-old person now kind of alienated a lot of my initial fans. But to the people who are like, oh, you're trying to be straight now, it's like, no, I'm just not, like I'm not a little girl anymore. Like when you met me, I was like, you know, a senior in college and I didn't have to worry about healthcare or like, you know, that type of, you know, shit. And now it's like, I'm an adult now, so. I think basically my evolution is I'm just becoming like an adult, and it's kind of scary and kind of like weird, but yeah. I like the queer label, but for me, in my narrative, that's my favorite word, narrative, I really don't identify as that queer thing, because to me, queer kind of comes with the program. So for me being a black male living in America, a lot of queer people can't really relate to that situation because they don't have the same type of lanes to maneuver through. And what I find is a lot of queer people kind of police being gay. And it's like, I'm still the same person, but I'm not 19 anymore. So it's like when you were 19, you're not the same person, you know. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not gay anymore or I'm not, you know, the same type of person. I'm just a fucking adult now. So maybe I don't dye my hair blonde or I don't have a septum piercing, but that doesn't mean I don't suck dick anymore or eat ass. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like a lot of, not everyone that's queer, but queer kind of comes with queer studies and this is how you do it. And I'm like, no, you can't fucking tell me how to do it. It's like queer extremists. Oh my, that's the new word. The queer extremists are like, either you're completely covered in glitter wearing angel wings and, you know, you're out with no bottoms, or you're not queer. I think the way the underground is set up, a lot of people expect you to do it. A lot of people want you to be this two-dimensional character, and what I always say is, you have to look at artists the way you look at yourself. Like if you look at a picture of yourself in high school, you probably wouldn't fucking like it. For me, Pride is very political and Pride is very angry. You could, you know, be Muslim and not fuck with a Christian, but if y'all in the same room, have mutual respect for each other. So to me, that's what Pride is, just fucking respect and mind your business.